Welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Entitled Parents Reddit video. In our first story, an entitled dad leaves me with his children on a plane. Let's jump right in. So this happened last weekend. I was flying out of JFK Airport in New York, aka one of the worst airports in the US, trying to not catch the plague. Double mask, flip yeah. When I was in the TSA line, I was surrounded by two families, a mom and her son behind me, and two parents with two boys in front of me. The mom in front of me was tired, like she was sitting on a big carry-on bag while her husband wheeled her about tired. Dad was so focused on mom not falling off the suitcase that the boys were just darting about and trying to play with the boy behind me as well. It's 6:30 a.m. I am on 2 hours of sleep, so the world is just too much for me, but I also worked at a special needs preschool for 2 years prior to becoming a therapist, so I know how to wrangle kids on minimal sleep. I go into crowd control mode, asking the boys about their interests, but reminding them we have to be quiet to talk about them. I find out the brothers are Eric, 9, and Daniel, 6, and they are really excited about going on a plane. The boys start having a quiet conversation about Minecraft. The mom behind me thanks me, and we actually have a nice chat about me previously working in the special needs school and how fun it was. An hour and a half later, I am boarding my plane and I see the tired mom like 5 rows back from where I was seated. She's at a window seat and she's already passed out. I sit, and about 5 minutes later I see the dad and the two boys coming on the plane. The first kid, Daniel, sits down next to me and dad pauses for a moment just staring at me. After a minute I'm just like, is something wrong? I crap you not, this man proceeds to take the boarding pass out of his second son's hand, swap it with his, and tell his son to sit in the aisle seat. He then bolts to the row his wife is in. Once the disbelief wears off, the boys start asking me questions about the plane and snacks and the TV mounted in front of them. I am so exhausted, I don't even fight it. I show the older one how to turn on the TV on the seat in front of him and tell the boys, Miss Mindful is really sleepy like your mom, so I am going to take a nap. Both of them tell me to have a nice nap and I pass out. I wake up 2 hours later to my tray down with a mini water bottle and a bag of cookies on it. Apparently, my new friends thought I would want a snack when I woke up. Great kids. 30 minutes before we land, there's a commotion behind us and what sounds like running. All of a sudden, formerly asleep mom is very much awake and looking over both kids to make sure they are all right. Both of them mention how they have been watching Moana, so they are perfectly fine. Mom then shoots her husband the neutral face of displeasure. If you don't know what that is, Google the fresh off the boat clip of it. When we get off the plane, Mom follows me to the bathroom to apologize. Apparently, she took some medication to help ease her anxiety with flying, but it just knocked her out. Can't be anxious if you're unconscious, I suppose. Her husband was supposed to sit with the younger boy while the older one sat with her. She freaked out when she woke up and saw her husband sitting beside her. In her drowsy state, she thought her husband had forgot the children back at JFK, hence her panic. Apparently, her husband thought it was a good idea to leave them with me because he heard me talking about working at a school and figured they would be fine with me. She apologized, and when we got out of the bathroom, she made her husband apologize for abandoning our children with a stranger. The whole walk out to the pickup area, she was reminding her children about stranger danger and how they need to be careful in big places like this. Daniel gave me a paper heart he folded out of a New York City brochure, so I have a new best friend now. Lol. Story number 2. Give my child your insulin pump. So I'm a type 1 diabetic. This means that my body doesn't produce any insulin and I have to get it from an external source. The source that works best for me is a pump, which is connected to my body. Without insulin, I would die a rather nasty and painful death. I can disconnect the pump for short periods to shower, change, etc., but 99% of the time it's connected to my body. I usually wear the pump on my waistband. This allows me to easily access it and make changes to my insulin as needed. I was over at my mother-in-law's house when my pump had an alert. My blood sugar was trending low, and this can be quite serious, so it's a loud and demanding alarm. I cleared the alert and grabbed a few fruit snacks to raise my sugars. My 5-year-old nephew heard the alert and asked me what it was, and I told him. I explained that it's a medical device that I wear to keep me healthy. He considers this and holds out his hand, demanding to see. I refuse, since it's a medical device that I need to live. Beyond that, he's not gentle with anything and breaks most of his toys very quickly. I tell him no again, and knowing that he rarely hears that word, move my pump from my waistband to clip it onto my bra. This way, he can't just grab it, which is absolutely what he would do. He starts crying and wailing, so his mother, my sister-in-law, comes running in. She screams at me, asking what I did. I just shrugged and said that I told him no, he couldn't have my insulin pump. She scoffed at me and told me to just hand it over. I can go without it for a little bit, and my nephew deserves to see it. I should be stimulating his natural curiosity instead of trying to hamper it. I refuse again and tell her to drop it. It's not going to happen. But he's a child. Now, I've dealt with them before, so I know that she's not going to be able to drop it. I said no to her child, and that's unforgivable. I'm getting a headache from the screaming, so I just turned and left. I didn't need to be there anymore, so I went home. I'm sorry that I'm not willing to risk my health and well-being just to entertain your child. Oh, wait, no, I'm not sorry. Story number 3, Karen demands I stop watching my movie on a flight. The title is pretty self-explanatory, but a little context. Me and my mom are visiting family for the summer, so we had to fly. Karen and her son were seated behind me and my mom on the plane. Now, I love musicals. The one I'm currently obsessed with is the Sweeney Todd movie adaptation because I finally got around to watching it, and goddamn do I love it. So of course, I downloaded it for the flight. I was watching the movie, headphones on, enjoying myself. I had no idea that the Karen's entitled little crotch goblin was watching also through the gap in the seats. When Sweeney makes his first kill, of course, it's full of blood, and I hear the tiny little scream from the crotch goblin. Karen, of course, tends to her precious angel and demands I turn off my movie because it scared my little baby. Yes, she actually made the word baby longer. I told her no, I wasn't going to do that, and why was her kid even snooping on my movie in the first place? It was her job to make sure her kid was occupied enough to where he didn't bother other people. I wasn't disturbing anyone, and I was minding my own business, so I wasn't going to change my movie on my phone to satisfy her bratty kid. Meanwhile, the kid was yelling, "Make her change it, mommy," over and over again. Neither of them were wearing their masks correctly either, so annoying. The Karen, being a Karen, immediately calls a flight attendant and tells her that I refused to stop watching my ungodly, gory horror movies and was showing them to her kid. I rolled my eyes and the flight attendant asked me what happened. I told her I was just watching my movie when all of a sudden I noticed this kid was snooping at my phone from between the seats. She told the Karen that there was nothing she could do and suggested that she give her child an activity to do so he didn't see anything he wasn't supposed to be seeing. Karen pouted and ended up giving her kid her phone. This is John from Slash Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to be the first to know when the next one drops, then subscribe and click on the notifications bell so that you actually get to see my videos. We would love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.